This is a fantasy. This is not the real point. I believe that double blind shouldn't prevent anything different from talking face to face with an author. No, because in a technical review, there should be no personal influence on decisions. I always present my fundamentals of unfavorable review, but this is not the criticism of the author. We are not against the author's topic. No, our role is an observation of the presentation of the content, the quality of the content, the internal structure of the content, and we suggest based on this access. I think that the identity, or if you know the author or not, is not the important thing. This is a fantasy, and sometimes I feel comfortable with the both system without know the identity of the author, or if I know the name of the author, it doesn't matter for me. My point is what the author offered to the community, what the author discovered, and the way that the author presents his or her discoveries or his or her conclusions about the research.
Double-blind peer review designed to protect reviewers and authors so that evaluation remains impartial and focus on the research rather than being a dominant. Here, potential blacklishes for fully expressing themselves and increase the honesty of their assessments. However, there are ways in which identities can be revealed, either with or without malicious intent. Those who favor anonymity claim that identification leads to less critical and skewed reviews, thus improving further potential impediments to the publication of research.
Yeah, I think that double-blinded review system, it obviously fosters freedom, but I think the downside of this is that it may open the door for I don't know how to call them, unwanted or unjustified reviews. But I think that generally speaking, it fosters freedom. And I think that at some point, even if during the process, reviewers do not know the authors and authors do not know the reviewers, at some time, or perhaps after publication or after rejection, that needs to be made open access, that the people, the authors, the reviewers, and the readers need to know who reviewed it and what paper and what did he or she recommend, rejection, acceptance, and the opinion.
I think in the ideal world, that is the purpose and the function of the double-blind peer review system. Because most basically in that double-blind peer review system, you don't know who the author is. So you have no preconceptions, either good or bad, about the quality of the scholarship or about the depth of knowledge and experience lying behind the manuscript. So you're just evaluating the manuscript as it stands completely blind. The other benefit of the double-blind peer review system is that if you're a junior scholar reviewing a senior scholar's work, you might be a little less inclined to be completely honest about your criticisms, because there's always the fear kind of in the back of your head that you think, well, if I review the senior scholar's work harshly, will it then affect my job interviews, my networking possibilities, or my career further on down the road, say if they are they're hostile and not as receptive to your criticisms.
Yes, definitely. In this case, both identities are hidden. The author doesn't know the reviewer doesn't know the author. So it is just the work, the manuscript. So there is no bias. The reviewers, in this case, give honest feedback. There's a perception of fairness and equality. Reviewers are able to say exactly what they want to say. However, the anonymity aspect of it needs to be looked at in the context of what fears there are that reviewers have. If it is not blinded, there's a fear of retaliation for writing critical reviews, So if you write a review, maybe for a senior scholar in the community, what then happens? And then again, there's the aspect of the identity is hidden, but we have cases where scholars cite themselves in the work. So you have self-citation, and because of self-citation, you're not able to remove it, because if you remove what you have cited, the work loses meaning. So in cases such as self-citation, you still get to know who the author is. However, I believe that if that is the case, ethical guidelines still apply in terms of how you review. It should not affect your decision or how you do it. But definitely, I'd go for double-blind peer review.
In a way, yes. But this has always sounded to me like the authors you had reviewed would be waiting for you for a fight after you had provided critiques and comments to their research. That again goes against my vision of research that should be based on collaboration, but maybe I'm a dreamer.
Of course, yes.